All right, today we're cracking open a guide to finding some peace in what feels like a totally chaotic world. And believe it or not, our guide is nearly 2,000 years old. We're looking at the Handbook of Epictetus, an ancient Roman philosopher who, get this, started his life as a slave and became one of the most powerful thinkers on how to live a good, happy life. Okay, let's get into it.
Ever feel like this? You wake up, you've got your day planned out, and then bam, life just happens. The universe seems to be playing a joke on you, and you're left feeling frustrated, anxious, totally powerless. But what if it's not actually about the world, but about where we're putting all our focus?
Well, the ancient Stoics had a lot to say about this. They'd argue that this feeling of being out of control, it all comes from a huge misunderstanding about what we should actually be worrying about in the first place.
I mean, think about the stuff that drives us crazy every day. You're stuck in traffic, going nowhere. Your flight gets canceled. Some random person insults you online. A big project you poured your heart into just fails. These things feel so personal, right? Like we've failed somehow. But really, they're just things happening out there that don't match what we want. And according to Epictetus, trying to fight that reality, well, that's the real source of our unhappiness.
And this is where our guy, Epictetus, comes in. He was living way back in the 1st century AD, and he had to endure probably the worst thing you can imagine, being a slave. And yet somehow, from that incredibly difficult experience, he found a secret to inner freedom, a kind of resilience that honestly, anyone can tap into.
His entire philosophy, which one of his students thankfully wrote down for us in this short handbook, is really built on one simple but absolutely world-changing idea.
And this is it. This is the heart of the whole thing, right from chapter 1. Epictetus calls it the dichotomy of control. It's so simple. He says everything in our lives fits into one of two buckets, things that are up to us and things that are, well, not. So what's not up to us? Our body. It gets sick, it gets old. Our reputation, what other people think. Our stuff, what other people do. But what is up to us? Our opinions, our choices, our desires, basically our own internal world. Like he says right here, some things are up to us and some are not up to us. He believed that all of our misery, all of it, comes from mixing up these two lists. When we try to control the things that aren't ours to control, we just end up, in his words, thwarted, miserable, and upset. But if we focus only on what is ours, well then nobody can ever stop us. Nobody.
Okay, so how do we actually do this? It sounds great in theory, right? Well, the handbook is basically a training manual. It gives us a set of mental tools, or let's call them mind hacks, to train our brains to see the world this way. Let's break down 3 of the most powerful ones.
First, we're going to talk about reframing your judgments. Then we'll get into practicing impermanence. And finally, the big one, learning to desire whatever actually happens.
All right, so mind hack number 1. Imagine someone insults you. The insult itself, it's just words floating in the air, right? They can't physically harm you. It's your judgment about the words. Wow, that was so disrespectful, or oh no, my reputation is ruined. That's what causes the pain.
And this quote from chapter 5 just nails it. This is such a game changer. The whole Stoic practice here is to create a little bit of space, a pause, between something happening and how you react to it. And in that tiny pause, you get to choose a judgment that actually helps you instead of one that hurts you. Okay, mind hack number 2. Now, this one can feel a little strange at first, but trust me, it's incredibly powerful. Epictetus tells us to constantly, gently, remember that everything we love is temporary.
Now, I know this quote can sound a little harsh, but it's not about being cold or detached. It's actually the opposite. It's about loving things for what they truly are. Beautiful, yes, but also fleeting. By remembering that a favorite mug can break, or that our loved ones are mortal, we actually appreciate them more, right here, right now, and we're not completely shattered when the inevitable eventually happens.
And that brings us to the third and maybe most advanced mind hack. This is like the final boss level of Stoicism, from chapter 8. It's about totally aligning your will with reality. So instead of fighting the traffic jam, you just accept it as the reality of this moment. Instead of fuming about the canceled flight, you actually want the situation to be exactly as it is. Now, this doesn't mean you just give up and become passive. It means your inner peace is no longer held hostage by things you can't control. This all sounds amazing, right? I mean, who wouldn't want a smooth, flowing, peaceful life? But Epictetus is really clear about this. Getting to this state, what the Stoics called tranquility,
Well, it has a price.
And tranquility was the goal. This was the grand prize of Stoicism. It's not just a fleeting happy feeling. It's a deep, unshakable calm that you can hold on to no matter what the world decides to throw at you.
So, what's the price tag on this inner peace? It's simple, but it's not easy. The price is letting go of the illusion that you can control things that are not up to you. You literally have to trade your desire for more money, a better reputation, or control over other people for something way, way more valuable.
As he says in chapter 12, nothing comes for free. It's a choice. You have to choose. Do you want to spend your life chasing after external things you'll never really control? Or do you want inner peace? Because according to Epictetus, you can't have both.
Okay, so let's bring this all back home. Let's see how this ancient wisdom can apply directly to your life, like right now, today.
This isn't just some abstract philosophical idea, It's a really practical question for you. When you're faced with all the little frustrations and challenges of your day, where are you going to put your energy?
Look, you can't control the traffic, but you absolutely can control how you react to it. You can't control what other people think of you, but you can control your own integrity, your own character. You can't control the past or the future, but you have 100% power over your actions in this very moment. That is where your freedom really is.
And I want to leave you with this incredible thought from chapter 19. What does it mean to be invincible? It means you define what victory looks like. It means you stop entering contests where winning isn't even up to you. It means you choose to compete only in the one game you can't lose, the game of your own choices, your own judgments, and your own character. And when you focus only on that, you become truly and completely free.